messy, it's changeable. Change is messy, painful, and sometimes life will force you to change. And I'm telling you, oh my gosh, I wanted to fall out. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Kia, aka Is It Okay If I Call You My Prada Bae? The Prada Bae, back with another freaking video. I know I've been away for a week. It was my last week of classes. I'm celebrating going out of my second year of college. I'm no longer a sophomore. I'm a junior, period, big junior. That's what I've been celebrating. And then yesterday we just started our solar eclipse season for those that are into astrology and zodiac signs. We just entered our solar eclipse in Taurus yesterday. Child, don't even get me started. Just been like finishing up college and preparing for this video, and this one is very vulnerable and transparent. We're going to be talking about healing, the ugly side of healing, what they do not tell you about healing, because people have been lying out here. They be lying about healing, honey. They be saying it's easy and it's all sunshine, peaches and rainbows and unicorns, but it's not. Healing is a process and a decision that I believe everyone has to make for themselves at one point in their life if they feel like it. And it's not an easy one. Sometimes, like how I was forced by life to heal. And I believe in past life. I believe in reincarnation. I believe in karmic debt, all of that stuff. And I believe that life is a teacher, and we as spiritual beings being in this human and physical experience, we are here to learn as many lessons. It's so many things that healing it'll do for you. And for me, on my end, it's done a lot of things. I felt like I've lost a lot of much needed things on my healing journey. I've been healing from the womb, from the time I was in the womb to now, but my journey, my personal journey, started in 2019, and I've been healing ever since. Even at my lowest, I've been healing. It's been hard. It's been painful at times. Sometimes when you think about healing, people will think, well, you're constantly going forward. And sometimes, to be honest, on certain days, on those hard days, on most days, you are answering hard questions, and those hard questions make you feel like you're going backwards. There are days when sometimes all I can do is just breathe. That's my best. And your best on your healing journey is going to look different every single day if you're doing the actual work, the emotional work. And trust me, it's okay for you to take a break and to step back from healing. Still continue with, certain daily habits, like the 3 things: one thing for the mind, one thing for the body, one thing for the soul. Continue with your daily habits, that keep you up in spirit, doing like what they call in the spiritual world shadow work, trying to unpack your trauma. It takes time, and it's difficult, and it's so painful to have to go back to your roots, to where all your pain started. And I believe that you should take a step back sometimes and just have fun. Find the joy in the play in life and learn how to balance it, all while doing your emotional healing work. Find a balance. You will be much happier that way. That way you won't be so fixated on, well, this needs improvement, this needs improvement. Everything is not going to be fixed. You won't be completely perfect. I think the thing about healing, I think we need to be okay with being vulnerable. And I just did an assignment on this, and I looked at this video, this TED Talk of this woman. Her name is Dr. Brené Brown, and she spoke on the power of vulnerability, and it spoke to me so well. And vulnerability is basically not being afraid of being imperfect. And I think on this healing journey, some of us, like me, at first I was so fixated on, I'm never gonna feel this pain again. I'm never gonna have to go through this again. I'm gonna be perfect. I'm gonna be happy all the time. And life shook me up, and it wasn't the case. You have to learn to, cope with your triggers. Not try to get rid of them. You cope with them. Manage around them and with them. And, some days it's going to be hard and it's going to be tough. Some days I will cry and break down, and it will be so tough for me to just try to do my best. Do simple things such as like eating 3 times a day and journaling. Some days you don't want to do it, but you keep on being consistent, it'll pay off. You'll learn how to cope with things. You'll learn to be okay with the things that you once did not like about yourself. And when you radiate that glow of showing people that, hey, it's okay to be imperfect, it's okay for you to be authentic and stand in your full self without any shame and fear, you'll gravitate towards those who feel the same. Some people will feel uncomfortable with you taking on this healing journey, and that's okay. You're not healing for others, you're healing for yourself. And the ugly sides of healing that people don't tell you about is just like those days. Most days consist of me answering hard questions. Most days consist of me going in here and in here and trying to find out the roots as to why certain things, certain cycles continue. And another ugly side, accountability, the part we play in our pain. Just as people always say, the hurt that we endure from life, it is not our fault, but the healing is our responsibility. And I think with healing, because it requires vulnerability, not being afraid to be seen as imperfect by this world that's so fixated on having these standards that can't nobody uphold. Nobody can uphold society standards at all. Nobody. It don't matter how good people try to make it look. We cannot do that. We're humans. We feel things. We go through human experiences. We feel things deeply. With healing, that's why people stay stuck in their trauma. It's because they're afraid of who they might be outside of what they're familiar with. And in order to heal, you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable with what you're familiar with. But one thing, as for me, I never seen what real love looks like. And because of that, I've been in situations where love is portrayed as chaotic, abusive, in any form or manner. It's emotionally draining and it's terrifying, emotionally terrifying. And now I'm getting to the roots of where these things are coming from, and I'm pulling them up and trying to see like how did I get these beliefs about love into my head, whether it be from friends, family, a partner. Where did I get these beliefs from? And I started analyzing them. I realized that I don't want a love from anything or anyone that feels like home. If it feels like home, it's an automatic red flag. You gotta go. I don't care who you are. If it feels like you're emotionally draining from me, I'm giving all that I have and you're taking from me, and it feels chaotic, and you know those so-called butterflies up here within like romantic settings, those butterflies, oh no, you got to go. I don't do that over here. So that's just an example of, you know, becoming comfortable with being uncomfortable. I mean, if you want to experience the other side of life, the joyful side within, you know, this painful world, these painful experiences that we endure, you have to get uncomfortable with healing. You have to get uncomfortable, and you have to get down and dig all them limiting beliefs, all them times like people done tore you down, they done broke your heart, disappointed you, betrayed you in any kind of way. Go back home to yourself. So many people say, well, I'm finding myself, I'm creating myself. No. Go back home to yourself. Pull away all those layers of what people done told you who you should be through their actions, through their words. Pull back all this stuff and get to the core of who you are, and you will live freely. You'll still be triggered by some things. Some things will still hurt. As you do the work and time goes by, you're doing the work, it's gonna fly by, and then next thing you know, probably about a year later, you'll look back at yourself and be like, man, I am so proud of myself. It doesn't even bother me anymore like it used to. Like, I can handle certain situations differently from how I handled them back then. And that's the most exciting part about healing. Healing is ugly, it's difficult, it's messy, it's changeable. Change is messy, painful, and sometimes life will force you to change. And I'm telling you, oh my gosh, I wanted to fall out. As many times as that did happen, it brought me back home to me. Healing is just a beautiful thing. And I think that we need to pull off like our mask, our trauma mask, and stop, you know, identifying who we are with our trauma, with what we've been through. We can heal. You can heal from it. And, you know, some things may still bother you. I know some certain situations that happen to people in life, such as like PTSD, abusive situations in any type of form or manner. No way for you to take away certain pains, but you can learn how to cope with it. You can learn how to love you despite what you've been through. Because you're not what you've been through. You're not the pain that other people inflicted onto you. You're not your criticism that you give yourself, the judgment that you give yourself. And that's what healing provides us with. It helps us to lose the anger we have towards ourselves and others, the bitterness, the criticism, the limiting beliefs, the I'm not deserving of this, and that. It helps us to lose all of that and rewrite our own narratives, our own beliefs over. And healing is going to take time. You have to be patient with yourself on every single day that you do this. And sometimes healing is it can be multiple things, you know, such as like inner child healing. I know one thing for me, I started back listening to songs I used to listen to when I was a kid. I mean, looking at movies that I liked as a kid, and started chatting, like talking to like the pictures that I had when I was a kid, having dialogue, open dialogue with myself, and meditating and going back and visualizing me talking to my younger selves. And that's healing. Doing things that you enjoy at your core. You don't always have to be so serious and everything and be like, whoa, no, why did this happen to me? Sometimes healing is all about going back to the things that you once enjoyed as a child. And if you so happen to be robbed of your childhood, explore different things. Try things. Try new things. Be open minded to trying new things, and I promise you it'll help heal your inner child. Allow your inner child to come out and help you to explore this world. At this time that we're living in, honey, you don't need to be taking things so seriously. Like, have fun. Like, enjoy yourself. Life is short, and we all deserve to live freely. Get your mind out of those chains and allow yourself to live free. That would be an example of healing. Healing is in all different shapes, forms, and sizes. And then again, like I said before, be patient with yourself. It's not going to happen overnight. Every time I get to a roadblock in my life and I start my healing process up again, I be wanting it to happen. I be wanting pains to go away so bad. But then I'm here right now and I'm realizing how much of that pain I learned so much. I'm learning so much every single day, every single night. I'm learning new things every day and learning how to cope with it in a more healthy manner. I'm being more patient with myself, being more graceful to myself, affirming myself that, hey, it is okay for you to not be okay. I tell myself that every day. It's okay. I told myself that today. It's okay for you to not be okay. It's okay for you to have a day where you just be like, I'm not feeling it today. It's going to be days like that. You're still going to have your days. But the thing is about being a positive person and not a toxic positivity person, because y'all know I can't stand it. I hate it. But back to what I was saying. Being positive, it's not about getting rid of your imperfections or your bad days. It's about accepting the fact that, hey, I'm not going to be perfect. And then I'm gonna have bad days. I'm gonna have days where I may be sad, frustrated. I may lose my patience sometimes, but I'm still learning. And it's okay, like, to live life without shame and fear. Like, it's okay for me to mess up. It's okay for me to have a day where I'm just like, I wanna be alone and away from the world. It's okay. You're human. Allow yourself to be that. That's what healing is for. Allowing yourself to be human, to feel things deeply, to love deeply, to care deeply, and to, live life free. Another ugly side of healing is accountability. Not being a victim, but being a survivor. Being a healed person. Being in a healing fulfilled state. Accountability is required when you're healing. And like I said, some things in life are not our fault. I think for like certain cycles that keep on continuing, if it starts in childhood, you need to go back to those roots and be like, well, this is where it started from. This is who I'm operating as. Because sometimes when certain situations happen. And I just realized this lately, that some situations, it don't be this current version of me, this 19-year-old self. It could be my 10-year-old self reacting to the hurt that she endured at that time. That's accountability. Staying in cycles that, are unhealthy for you, indulging in things that are unhealthy for you, that trigger you. And it's okay to take accountability. There's no shame, there's no guilt. People may try to, shame you for your mistakes and your, shortcomings, and not knowing what you didn't know back then. Everybody's learning. Life is a teacher, and we are all here to learn. Nobody has a rule book. Nobody knows all the answers. We are learning stuff each and every day. With accountability, it's just not being afraid to say, hey, this is where this cycle keeps on continuing. This is where it started, and this is why it keeps on continuing. I learned that within like romantic settings, it's just like from childhood, it's just certain things that I learned about love that were false. I'm like, this was a lie, this was a lie. This time when I felt like disbelief, where it stemmed from, I'm not deserving of love, to the pipeline, to, oh, this is what love feels like, inconsistency, oh, abandonment. That's what love looks like. And then I realized that lately, and I'm just like, wait, this is not right. Let's rewrite this. Like, let's stretch this out and start to rewrite it. So every single day, I've been rewriting that belief, saying that, hey, I'm deserving of everything that I got coming to me. Everything. Every bit of love, respect, care, everything that my heart desires, I deserve it. And it does not matter what somebody told me in childhood. I just said flat out to myself when I was acknowledging my 10-year-old self during a meditation, that all this stuff that you were told and taught, it was a lie. All these limiting beliefs I got in my head about love, about life, about my career goals, anything, my doubts, my fears, it's a lie. It's a lie. It's not true. It's not true. Because, like they always say, if God didn't want you to have your desires, he wouldn't have gave them to you. So why should you believe a lie that you're not deserving of something that God already told you that you're deserving of? The accountability is just like that. Figuring out where your healing is going to start from. And accountability is just taking your part that you play in your own pain. Like, why do you keep accepting certain things, certain behaviors from people that you know 9 times out of 10, if you were to do just the slightest thing to them, they wouldn't accept it, but you accept it? Why do you feel like you're deserving of that? That's an example of accountability. Why do I feel like I'm deserving of this? Why do I keep on indulging in this, knowing that it does not make me feel good? It doesn't make me feel happy. It's draining me. It's making me sad. It's breaking my heart. Why? Accountability is asking yourself why questions. Why? Why? Healing, like I said, it takes time. Be patient with yourself. Be graceful to yourself. Allow yourself to feel any and everything. Allow yourself to fall out all over the place emotionally, not in public, not all over the place. I mean, feeling whatever you need to feel. That's how you feel your emotions. So many people ask, like, how do you feel your emotions? When you feel sad and you feel like crying, go cry. If you feel angry and frustrated, be frustrated and angry. Just don't go punching the wall. Don't do that. Don't go hit nobody, don't go punch no wall. If you feel happy and excited because you accomplished something, just the smallest things, such as like drinking water for a whole day or eating 3 meals a day, or, you know, completing, you know, a big assignment or a big business idea, anything, be excited, be happy for yourself. Allow yourself to feel every emotion there is when it comes to healing. That's how you heal. That's how you feel your emotions. That's a part of healing too. Allowing yourself to feel. I wish you all good health, good spirits, high spirits, especially during this time. Slow down and learn to relax. Don't resist change. Allow life to take you wherever it is you need to. And like Lauren London said, I would rather flow with the tides than to fight with the rocks, cause the rocks ain't gonna never move. So you might as well flow with life. Go ahead and flow. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Go. Continue to heal. It's worth it. Pouring into yourself, healing. It's worth it for you. For you. Heal for you. Not for nobody else. For you. And thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.